Hey. Hi, Molly.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Bailey. Boy, she looks comfy in that comfy little
she,
blanket you got back there.
she sure does.
Yeah. Whoa. Boy, what a show we have today. What a
Yes,
dog we have coming up, huh?
absolutely. Yes, quite
Yeah,
a story.
that is a heck of a story.
Mm.
Um, if you guys, everybody, if you can't take care of a dog, don't get a dog. And then maybe you might want to really consider maybe not having children either. So, hey, what can I say?
Right, yeah.
Um, so Dewey is his name.
Yes.
He's not a Great Pyrenees, right? He's a look. He's a pitty mix of some sort. Sure, he's a
Hmm.
good-looking dog too, isn't he?
Yes, very cute.
And he's come a long way. Um,
Yes.
the video tells a little bit of the story, and we're going to play it. We're going to bring her up.
So,
Wow, is that the superstar Piper? Whoops, there we
Yep,
go.
this is him.
What a good-looking boy. Let
We
me
will
let
see
me
how long.
let's spotlight him. Wow. So we saw some pretty bad things in that video. Not walking well. How's he doing now?
He's walking around our house. Oops, sorry. He's still his best energy is in the mornings. He'll walk around the house. He'll follow myself, my husband, my kids around the house. But everywhere he goes, he has to sit and lay down. Later into the day and into the evening, he needs a little bit more help to get up and get his body moving and to go outside a little bit. But I think he's considering falling asleep right now.
He is,
He
and
sleeps
it looks
that's
a lot.
like it.
fine. He can fall
Um,
asleep.
Yeah, he can fall asleep. He sleeps a lot. We have a controlled diet for him, so he eats in the morning and in the evening, but it's controlled by what the vet has recommended. to steadily increase his food intake as well as muscle growth and weight gain and things like that. So we're hoping for 40 pounds by today. We'll see. He's at like 39 and a half pounds right now. But apparently he came in so he was rescued at a trailhead in northern Utah. Somebody found him on the side of a hiking trailhead. Really emaciated. Those really sad videos are the pictures of him super duper skinny. That I think was even after he had been at the hospital for a few days. When I got him,
Are you talking about this picture?
Yeah. I think that was still at the hospital. There may be a video on Facebook or a picture on Facebook prior to that one, but that's the earliest photo I know of.
Okay.
And he's doing well. He's eating well. He's made friends with my two dogs plus my kids. I don't know how well he does with cats, but apparently at the vet he was fine with them. But he's super tender, super sweet. I don't know.
He looks very mellow.
Oh yes, he is extremely mellow. All he wants to do is sit and chill. He wants to snuggle. He thinks he's a lap dog, so he wants to get into your lap. He wants you to touch him and love him, and so he'll follow you around, and he kind of surprises you because he'll sit right behind you, and then you turn around and he's right there.
And he opens the refrigerator, make sure nothing's spoiled, right?
My husband was putting away the groceries, and he just sat there and just waited patiently. But yes, he does not have an aggressive bone in his body. He is so tender and so sweet. He's gaining weight, getting strong. That was his first.
Now he has to wear clothing, right?
Yeah, he can't regulate his body temperature because he's lost so much body mass. So he has to wear clothes. And then we also have a comforter and a heated blanket or a heated pad on his bed that we use. And then we actually were covering him up when he was sleeping a lot of times just to keep him warm. He seems to kick it off now, which I'm happy about, that he wants to lay on the heated pad, but he doesn't need it fully covered up anymore. But he loves people, and I don't really understand why anyone would.
And a person did this to him, didn't they?
Most likely. I don't imagine him living in the mountains doing well by himself, or I don't.
Usually you don't see pitties up there running around. No. You'll see great Pyrenees and guardians.
Yeah.
And there's Julio. Wow. Hang on just a second, Piper. Hang on. Yeah. This is a rare shot.
Yes, this one's Julio.
That's Julio and that's Bailey, huh?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that, Piper.
No,
now, he's not ready for adoption, is he?
No, they're saying because he does have a police case, and they're trying to find the person who did this.
That's got to play out.
That has to play out. So I heard 60 to 90 days wait. I don't really understand what that means. I don't know what that means. If that's a wait period.
Maybe they're hoping they can have this over by then.
Yeah. But he will be up for adoption after that. Looking for a home that would love him. I think he's going to be a great family dog. Great with kids, great with other animals.
He gets along with anything just about that breathes, doesn't he?
Yeah. Like my dogs are back here sleeping.
Yeah, he was like that from the minute you got him, wasn't he?
Yeah. He's been super tender. He's not even food aggressive. Like it's interesting because it seems like somebody at some point may have took time to care for
him. Something.
He knows how to sit, even if he loves his food, obviously. But I can put his food down, tell him to sit, and have him wait, and then I tell him a release command. I just tell him okay, and then he goes to his food. And then my other two dogs can sit there and sniff him while he's eating his food, and he doesn't growl, he doesn't get aggressive. Even when I take the bowl away, even if there's a couple little bits in there, or I take the girls' food away, He's not aggressive at all.
No.
I was told when I first got him to watch my fingers, but honestly, if you just hold out his treat to him, he's asleep.
Oh, he would snap them out of your hand. Is that what they were
He
talking
doesn't
about?
even have like I mean, it's a big dog mouthful
Yeah,
of
it
teeth,
sounds
but he
like
doesn't
he was
bite,
defeated. It sounds like he felt defeated,
and
but
he's not skittish.
they don't.
Yeah, he
Um,
doesn't shy away. He's not skittish. He's very
now,
curious.
now he was in Utah, right? As far as
Yes.
you know, because you are. Um, now there's no there's no sensible reasoning why anybody would do that to a dog.
No.
Okay, I know the economy's bad, but there's resources for this. Okay, gee, many Christmas. I mean, you can call a Pittbull rescue and say, "Man, I need some food," and they will probably give it to you.
Yep.
All right, so there's there's no excuse for this. Now, how did any idea how the authorities or how he finally got saved? Did somebody notice him or something?
Yeah. So somebody had put together. There's a video. He has a Facebook page. It's called Friends of Dewey, and it's a picture of
Friends
him.
of Dewey.
Friends of Dewey, and there's a video on there from. It sounds like a news reporter, but there's.
Oh, that's a Fox News report.
Maybe it might
I
have
didn't
been
know that
Fox
was on
News.
there. I missed
And
that.
it's at the very beginning of when we started the Friends of Dewey page about a week ago. It's on there, and it sounds like he was at a trailhead. He was there, whether he walked there or he couldn't walk. I don't think he could walk there. Somebody dumped him
Somebody
there.
might have dumped him off there.
And then somebody else picked him up and took him straight to the Brookside Animal Hospital up in Ogden, a Weber County area. And then the Brookside Animal Hospital is still regularly communicating with us about every 2 days as to how to care for him, what he needs. They sent us his medicated food, and
right. Because you can't just dump food into him. That's not good. It's not going to work right the same way, you know. And so you're on a strict protocol from your vet, right?
Yeah. He's on a fairly strict diet right now, and he would love to eat as much as he possibly could, but he's on a strict diet. And then we give him treats throughout the day, and some just the happy treats. And then he's really gotten enough energy this week to start chewing on just the puppy bones. Like he can't chew on anything.
Oh, really?
But
so you're seeing improvement pretty good, aren't you?
Yeah.
Good.
And he'll walk, but
but now since you've carried him, he prefers being carried. You may as well buy him a gurney.
I can make him walk.
Huh? Yeah, you know, they always say rescues pay for just about everything when you foster. Maybe you can get Ashley to buy you a gurney for him.
Or one of those backpacks.
There you go. Wow.
No, we took him on a sunshine walk outside a few days ago, and he made it about 100 feet, but that took about 6 sit and take a break and some treats and lots of encouragement. But he's getting there.
But here's what gets me: his personality.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this still happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean that's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never understand it. But here's the sad part: rescue people in rescues, they see this all the time. Maybe not to this extent every day, but they see suffering that people inflict on their dogs all the time.
Right.
So,
and to watch like him, how that video, the picture that you see of his rib cage and his hip bones, like he still looks like that. Not quite as bad, but
you mean this one?
Yeah. His hip bones still stick out.
I can't believe he survived this.
I know.
That's a will. That's a will to live. And by the way, I have a theory on why he's not food aggressive. In order to be food aggressive, you have to have food. He didn't have it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Everybody,
absolutely.
just tip of the day: food is vital to a dog's survival. Just so you know. And it gets dangerous when if your dog gets lethargic and doesn't eat, take your dog to the vet, because in many cases, if they don't eat like 3 days in a row, it starts doing damage to organs. Okay. I mean, it can start happening soon. I'm not saying it's going to damage them. I'm going to say
Mhm.
the beginning happens there. And that's why he's got to go to the vet every week. They're checking for organ damage.
Yeah, they're going
So,
to do a blood test on Saturday. And just check him out. I'm
and,
noticing he has a little of a limp in one of his back legs. He doesn't seem in
oh,
pain, but he's favoring one leg over the other on his back legs.
so he's walking good enough that you can actually identify a limp.
Yeah, just the last
That's
2 days or
cool. He was going to go to sleep right there with you.
Yeah.
so.
I know some Pyrenees that'll do that. He's gorgeous.
He's
He
so
did not deserve what he got. So
yeah.
when he's ready for adoption, when we get that far, well, you're going to have to pry him out of Piper's cold dead hands anyway. But anyway, just make sure, just give him the best life. He deserves this. He did not
He
deserve that.
does.
So we got to make up for that. All right.
Yeah. But
Wow.
he's when I first got him about 3 weeks ago, he still has some hairy patches and stuff that are just missing patches, and then from the vet, but he had quite a few kind of scabbed marks, and his feet were so sad. But now they're like super soft puppy feet.
So what were they like? Was he trying to dig out of somewhere?
Well, so when I first got him, both my 12-year-old son absolutely loves dogs too, and both of us tried to get a little warm washcloth and kind of clean off his feet, and we were like, "Oh, it's just mud. It's poop. It's just
Just
gross
whatever
dog."
collected. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you couldn't scrub it off, and it just was like this caked on hard, like foot pad. And after a week, I gave him a bath, and then they looked better. And then this week, they must have just been scabs or something, because now his little pads are just as soft as can be.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't know.
Well, somewhere along the line, they got overused.
Yeah, which made me wonder if he was out walking around and stuff a lot.
Or maybe dug out and escaped, and that's how he got to where he was found. That could be too. But anyway, well, they got survival instincts for the most part. Well, he just looks so relieved. I know I am.
Yes.
Yeah, and because every day that he's there, you're proving to him that you're not everybody's going to do what they did to him.
Nope.
Wow. So that's amazing. Now, also too, going to the vet and all these procedures and stuff like that, that's very expensive. So if you can make a little donation to Mountain Mamas, Pyrs, and Pups, they would probably highly appreciate that. Okay.
Absolutely.
And
I
there it
believe
is.
I believe Mountain Mama Pyrs and Pups has a few medical cases right now, not only Dewey.
Yes. Yes.
But I believe they have a couple of medical cases. But yeah, it's super great. Like Mountain Mamas was able to send us a scale because we have to weigh him every single day. Sent us some of his clothing and some food and things like that, and it certainly helps because it is he's very relaxed.
Because I'll tell you right now, actually, none of them up there at Mountain Mamas are going to turn down a dog like this.
No,
that's just not in their blood. They're not going to do it. So, wow. And they're going to bring them back to health and do everything they can to find them a good home.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's called rescue, just in case you was wondering, everybody.
So he loves this bed, but he has a heating pad. Sorry, Dewey.
Oh my! Oh, that's right. He had to sleep on a heating pad to regulate. Yeah.
And he's like,
Look
"What
at
are
him
you doing?"
upside down. I'll tell you, I didn't get all. I thought I brought more pictures up in here, but there's a picture of him laying upside down on. It was in the video,
Uh-huh.
and
Where are you
boy,
going?
is he going to require reassembly instructions every time he wakes up?
he's got these long limbs that go everywhere, and like he can do some pretty amazing things with his limbs. But every day he's here, he's like visibly stronger and
That's awesome.
more curious.
Well,
And
you're doing good work, Piper. Thank you so much for taking
Yes.
him.
thanks.
He already
Yeah.
looks so much better.
I
He
had
does.
asked Ashley. I asked her how long did it take her to find a foster. Well, apparently it was just until she got down to you. That's all.
Well, it was funny
She said-
because I asked Ashley, I said, "I'm curious. I need more information." And she's like, "Done. You get him." I was like, but I still need a few more, a little bit more information.
Yeah, like, is he a dog or a cat?
Right.
All right, Piper. Wow,
Great.
what a story, and what great work you guys
Thank
are
you
doing
so
up there in
much.
Utah.
Mhm.
Utah, for
Thank
those
you. I
of you
really
who don't
appreciate it,
remember, I'm sorry.
I said thank you, and Dewey appreciates it too.
All right. For those of you that don't remember Utah, they've for the working dogs, the guardian breeds that are working, they've been classified as livestock. So any animal protection laws are pretty much exempt from that, and that's a problem. So because it's being taken advantage of is why it's a problem. So, but I guess animal welfare, that was being taken advantage of. That's why they made the law, right? How do you take advantage of animal welfare? You don't. All right. So keep animals safe.
Mhm.
So, she found a foster in like 2 minutes. I like that. All right. Okay. Now I know you got a busy schedule and stuff like that, but you want to hang out for a little bit up here and see and meet Tortellini, or you got to go?
I'm gonna stay and see Tortellini for a few minutes, but then
All
I do.
right. Okay. All right. Let's make us all the same size again. And Tortellini, all right, everybody, I hope nobody came with empty bowls expecting to get pasta, because that's not the right kind of Tortellini, all right? We'll just cut right through the chase, and she even has a video, and here we go. Wow. Hi, Krista.
Hello, how are you?
That must be Tortellini or kind of laying in your lap, huh?
This is Tortellini. So she just had her Tortellini tongue out. I don't know if you can see it very well right now. It's little. Sometimes she's got it out an inch. Sometimes she's got it out only a quarter inch.
Wow. What, is her tongue too big for her body?
Absolutely. Yes.
Oh, it is. Okay. How the heck does that happen?
I don't know. It's so cute. So
I
so
see
cute.
that. Wow. Now, Molly, you and Kristen know each other, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to let Molly take over on this one so I can play around with the pictures, okay?
Perfect. Sounds good. So, Krista, how long have you had her?
Had her for about 3 weeks now, and it's been so nice getting to know her personality. When she first came here, she was very shy. She really didn't want to have interaction with the other dogs, but she wanted to watch them from afar. She wanted to watch them play while she watched. And if they got too close, she would make these really funny faces. Her tongue sticks out and she shows her teeth, so she looks like she's making a funny face at them.
Wait a minute. She shows her teeth while her tongue's sticking out.
Yes, it is so.
Did you explain to her that in the event she's trying to scare somebody away, it's not working that way?
She was very polite about telling them to back off and just showing her teeth and scooting away from them. And it only took her about 2 days to really like delve into the playfulness of my puppy. It was,
Okay.
120 pounds. So
How you like what I did with this picture? It looks like she's trying to lick the GPRS logo. And it's just out of reach.
Oh, funny.
Wow.
Now,
How old is she? The video says she's like 4 years old.
Yes, that's my best guess. So her teeth look like she's a bit aged. So her personality says puppy all over, but her teeth say that she's a little bit
Can't
older.
bad food make her teeth age like that?
I'm not sure. Can it?
Well, I've heard that. I read that somewhere because, man, I'll tell you, the where I highlighted where the treat would bounce off her forehead and then it didn't bounce, it kind of stuck. She has a Velcro forehead with that treat, but she looked like a puppy.
In one of the pictures where she's cocking her head, she looks like a pup. She looks very, very young.
Oh, you mean this one?
She's got the very calm temperament of an older dog.
Does she? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're going to go with your age because it sounds like you already did. So
until she starts.
Besides that, I'm not part of that rescue. Now, was she at your headquarters first?
She did not go straight to headquarters. She went to another volunteer's house that is close to headquarters.
Okay.
When I did take her over there, I'm really glad that she went to the house first because I have to take her back for spay. And when I dropped her off, she was so nervous.
Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm.
And when she's nervous, she's hard to catch. And
it looks like she's happy to be back.
Oh, my gosh. As soon as I brought her in the door, it's like she hugged the floor.
Oh.
Wow. Well, it looks like you may have another dog here.
No.
How many? Now, wait a minute. Now, let's be fair. How many have you adopted that you fostered? It hasn't been all of them. I know that. You fostered a lot of dogs.
I have had very close foster fails with about 3 dogs.
I thought you had 3. I wasn't sure.
I
thought Milo was going to stay, but he didn't.
Oh my gosh. I cried.
I know.
So
that one's going to be hard to let go of, though, isn't she?
She is so sweet. She's such a cuddle bug.
So who didn't want this dog? She's been laying
in my lap for about 30 minutes now. And
so how did she come into rescue? Who didn't want her, a dog like this?
I don't know. She was a stray. I don't know.
I mean, I'm starting to lose faith in humanity in this country even.
I think the livestock people, they don't want cuddle dogs.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want
they're not going to do well with the livestock.
This dog doesn't work, okay?
Nope, doesn't look to me like she works. Oh, she works hard on your attention, though, doesn't she?
She does, yes. She takes cuddles as payments.
And what was this I hear that grumpy old men need not apply?
Definitely do not apply for her if you do not like dogs with personality. She has a big personality. So she was spayed about a week ago, and she's still recovering from it. Her personality hasn't bloomed back from the surgery,
Gotcha.
but it's coming out slowly as she starts to feel better. But
Wow.
she really gets excited to play, and she gets the zoomies when we get home from being out for
Wow.
hours.
There's her tongue hanging out. We get to see it live.
Yeah.
Is that like a daily? Is that like all the time? Her tongue hangs
Yes,
out.
all the time.
Wow.
Unless I start pulling on it, and then she'll retract it.
Imagine that. So that's her trademark. Her tongue, huh?
Yes.
Her gotcha. That's a heck of a gotcha there, Tortellini. Oh, who named her? Did you name her, or did somebody else name her?
I named her.
Did you? And
Yeah.
how did you come up with that?
It's just a fun name. We were
It is. I like to hear the stories behind the names.
we were experimenting with some different kinds of pasta at our house. You know, my daughter loves spaghetti, and so I tried to get her to eat fettuccine, and then I was like, and tortellinis, and that would be a great dog name because she's so cute.
Yeah, every time my wife makes tortellini now, I'll think of her, obviously.
And her tongue, and the tortellini tongue.
I just hope the viewers didn't bring empty bowls thinking they were going to get a spoon of tortellini.
Right.
So wow.
You know, we recently had a cold snap here in Texas, and it's really difficult when the cold comes to get the Pyrs to come back inside. She
Right.
will lay at the back fence, and she'll just stare at me as I'm trying to call. I do all sorts of crazy things to get her to come back inside. I go get the food. I rattle the food. I tell her it's bedtime. I say, let's go. I said, you want to walk? We want treats, anything to get her to come back.
How about we teach her that it'll be worth her while every time she comes to you instead?
Nope, she didn't want any of it.
We
She'd
got them
rather
doing it all
be
around the
outside.
world.
It was raining, and she just laid in the backyard, just staring at me like a fool.
Here's the difference. With the Great Pyrenees, and this is your training. This is everybody's training tip of the day. All right. Tip of the day. You don't want to, because it's going to fail. You don't want to make a Great Pyrenees do something. You really want to focus on making them want to do something, like come to you every time you call.
Yes.
All right. It can happen. Oh, it can be a challenge, definitely. But I would much rather, instead of having my dog sit every time I ask him to for no reason, thinking he doesn't know how to sit down, I'd rather, if he darted out that door, I'd rather be able to call him back. That's the difference between doing a trick, teaching him a trick to get a treat, and building that attachment. Okay.
Right.
So anyway, enough of that. Because I got a bunch of people probably say, "Oh, that's craziness. This is a Great Pyrenees. They're just stubborn." I don't think stubborn is the word that should be used, personally. So, and if you want to know why, just ask me in the comments, and I'll respond. I'll look at the comments Tuesday. How about that? All right. So wow. Now, is she available for adoption?
Yes.
Okay, so she's available now, and
She
you are
is.
going to let her go, right? If it happens.
Yes. We're
Okay.
gonna.
All right. Good.
We're gonna find a home for her that is the perfect match.
Okay. And you're going to know what's good for her because you're her foster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We have some really great screeners at the rescue. When people apply, they go through the screening process, and our screeners will reach out to them.
I think Molly's one of the screeners.
I am.
Yeah.
And
Yep, they're very good. They're some of the best in the country I've ever seen. The GPRS screeners. They're good at matching dogs to homes.
Yes.
Yes,
So by the time they get to me, there's a greater possibility that they'll be going to adoption if I talk to a foster because of our screeners.
Yep, that's right. Because just because the person is talking to you, the screener thinks this could be a good match. But it is a process, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it takes time. So if you see a dog on the website, okay, Yeah, all right, I'll look somewhere. Apply then, because when you see the perfect dog and you fall in love with that dog, your application's already going to be in. It takes time to fill out the application, because if somebody applied ahead of you that wants that dog, wow, well, now you've got somebody that applied first.
Yep, I would say if you're looking to add a dog to your family in the next month or two, go ahead and submit an application. The application is free, and it does take time for our volunteers to get through the applications and to verify veterinarian and fence pictures, and then to find what you're looking for within our roster of dogs that are available.
Roster, I like that.
Yes.
It's a big team, huh?
Yeah, and this is one of them that's in that roster.
Exactly.
We try to feature adoptable dogs every week on the show. Okay, and because adoptions go up and down, but just because they go up and down, they are still considerably down since before COVID. I hate to use that as a reference point, but that's how it is. So then every time these shelters up here, they want to empty the shelters, I just shudder, because when you empty the shelter, there's going to be a lot of them coming back or getting dumped or something worse. Okay. I don't care for those empty shelters. I think the process should just continue on the way it's going. You have any questions for Krista, Molly?
Yeah. Do you think, Krista, that I know you said she was a little shy with your dogs at first, but do you think her forever home should have a dog?
Yes, absolutely. She loves playing. She loves playing with another dog. So having another dog in the home, I think, would really help her just have a more complete life.
Sure.
Cats are great too. We have 3 cats, and she doesn't mind a single one of them. In fact, Steve has some pictures that I took of her playing with our kitten.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, that was a little kitten, wasn't it? That one right there. It looks like kittens playing both. They're both engaging.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
There's one right here. I like that one.
Oh, that's cute.
But, so that means there's really not many. There's no restrictions on her, is there? Other than the fencing and stuff like that.
I would say a little bit of experience with dogs to help her transition.
Well, you got to know about Great Pyrenees.
Yes.
Because she's still a Great Pyrenees.
Yes,
no matter what everybody thinks, she's a livestock guardian first. Just that you're the livestock now. It's an honor to be sheep in their eyes. It really is, isn't it? You are, Molly. It's an honor to be sheep in Bailey and Julio's eyes.
Yes.
Julio especially.
Yes.
He's got to be one of my favorite dogs I've ever seen over at GPRS.
Yes. Yeah, he's a good boy. But yeah, once you get that bond with them, it's pretty amazing.
That's right. That's important. And I can't believe how well Dewey did from the minute he went there with everything that humans caused him to suffer through.
Right.
And he's holding no grudge. Ain't that something? And
yeah.
I've seen it with Pirs before, but then again, I've also seen Pirs saying, I dare you to come near me to do that again.
Right.
I've seen that too.
Yeah.
So, gosh, she's just beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, she's a pocket Pyr, isn't she, Krista?
Isn't it funny that we call them pocket Pyrs?
She looks like she'll fit right in your pocket.
Yeah.
That all falls under the thing that when we say a little dog, our definition might be a little bit different from anybody else's that has never had a dog bigger than a Shih Tzu. Okay. So, but she's little.
She's on the smaller side.
She's one of those little squeezable, put them in your pocket. I had never heard it called pocket Pyr. I never heard them called a pocket Pyr until I joined up with a rescue. That's the only place. Of course, I never heard of same-sex aggression either. But anyway, gosh, she's beautiful.
Yeah, she seems very
now
sweet.
From this angle, she could be 3 or 4 years old. But I'll tell you what, she's gorgeous. I mean, there's her tongue again. I'm surprised the cat wasn't all wet with that tongue hanging out. Boy, almost every picture, her tongue's hanging out,
Yeah.
except that
Yeah,
one.
she looks so young in that picture.
She does, doesn't she? I like that picture of the head cock.
She looks like a baby.
Yeah. Well, tell you what, whoever adopts her,
Thank you.
pick an age
Yes.
because she'll be your dog. So Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org is where Tortellini is. You know, I couldn't even figure out what her name was until I heard somebody say it. I thought, oh, that's pasta. My wife has said that
Yes.
before.
Yes, pasta.
Yeah.
That's a spicy meatball.
Now, what about does she guard her food or anything typical that why are we so surprised that an animal will guard their food because it's vital to their survival? But does she do any of that?
She does a little bit of it when the other dogs come sniffing around. So she
Okay.
eats like a bird. She'll nibble here and there. She is one of probably the only dogs that I would ever free feed. I don't normally free feed dogs because they overeat and they get overweight and it puts a lot
I
of
don't
stress.
free feed dogs because I don't want to create a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I've lived in households where we have only free fed dogs and they've been completely okay with it. But when it comes to these fosters and dogs that are coming from unknown backgrounds, we really are good about separating them and their food, and they have
Good.
meal times. So when I put food down for her and the other dogs, they go in their kennels. They'll eat their food. My two dogs will finish their food within seconds. We call them Hoover and Dyson. And her will eat just a tiny bit, and then she'll leave her food. And she knows that the other dogs are not allowed to go in her kennel, but that doesn't stop them from sniffing around. So when they come sniffing around, she does go into, you do not eat my food.
So you feed her in her crate then, right?
Yes, her food stays in her
I like
crate.
that.
So
I like
most
that.
of the time, I'm able to pick it up. If she doesn't finish her food, I can pick it up and get it away. I can put it back in the food bucket or put it on top of the mini fridge over there.
Or maybe give it to her for lunch or something.
Yes. Yeah, I save the bowl of food. I just get it out of sight.
Now, have you tried to pick it up and she said, no, Mom, don't do that?
No, not to me.
No?
I can.
Okay, so wow.
She does not care if I'm messing with her food, if she's in the middle of eating. I mean, I don't take it, but
yeah,
she would.
I wouldn't suggest doing that for anybody, but
No,
if you
don't
give
do
me a
it to
steak
me.
and you
I'll
mess
eat
with my
you.
steak while I'm trying to eat it, you're going to get a fork in your hand. I'm not going to bite somebody. I don't want to get sick. I don't know if they got diseases or not.
But she
Now,
will.
for resource guarding, everybody has a big problem with resource guarding. Instead of respecting the dog's communication, we say, okay, yeah, you want to guard that? Now give it to me. We get bit, dog's bad dog, gets rid of the dog. So now let's think about this. We are much worse at resource guarding than they are. What's going to happen if somebody at 3 o'clock in the morning is trying to break into your house? What are you going to do? Well, they're going to take a chance of getting shot. Well, with a dog, the worst that can happen is you might get bit once. Are we teaching the dogs to guard these resources? Because sometimes they guard toys. That's not vital to their survival. Why are they doing it? Because that part is learned.
I do tell them no when they're after my food. Yeah. I don't let them come and take it.
Good. There's other things you can do. Now, do they respect when you say no? Sometimes. Yeah, never mind. You answered it, Krista.
Until I walk away, and then they're like, "Okay, you left it. It must be for me, even if it's on the couch."
Yeah. Well, you got to remember the rules of owning a pier. If it's on the floor, it belongs to the pier.
Yes.
If it's at eye length, eye level, it belongs to the pier.
Yes.
If it's in anywhere where they can stand up on their back legs and reach it, it belongs to the pier. But if it's broken, it's yours. We know this.
% accurate.
Now.
So with her, if her food is down and the other dogs are coming around, she will protect her food. She does not go after the other dog's food. She doesn't go after the other dogs when they're eating.
So she's being a normal dog.
Yes. It's a very defensive. It's a very normal defensive to say like, "Hey, Those are my dumplings. Don't eat them.
That's right. Well, see, food is vital to a dog's survival, and they know it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going. They're. I mean, I worry about the ones that don't guard their food,
Like poor Dewey.
because one day, all of a sudden, they are. If we screw up, always remember, man, if we screw up, and the dog tries to tell us we screwed up, remember he doesn't have our vocal cords, and if he has to go verbally, well, it might be a growl, might be a bark, and so don't misunderstand this. Okay. Just because a dog growls doesn't mean he's going to bite. That actually, in most cases, it means he doesn't want to have to bite,
Right.
especially somebody he trusts. So don't misunderstand when a dog is trying to communicate, because, man, I'll tell you, you guys, last year, I know you got one that was communicating, but they called it aggression, and he was just talking.
Mm.
Yep. And then look
Wait,
at Olive.
Which one was that?
Oh, I forget his name now.
That was a GPRS dog?
Yeah.
Was it Sam?
No.
Okay.
No. Oh, no, it wasn't Sam.
poor-
Sam doesn't want to be bothered. I mean, I don't know any other way to put that. He does not want to be bothered, well, by a human.
You know,
he does better with the dogs, except Melise. Melise can do anything she wants to him.
yeah, every time I go over there, she said that he's quiet. He doesn't bark at people. But when I go over there, it's like he knows.
Yeah, but you had him. He bit you daily, didn't he?
Only
when you get if I had a dog bite me, I probably wouldn't do that again.
I learned my lesson the hard way. Don't try to take a chicken bone out of a dog's mouth. Just
okay. Remember what I said about the steak and messing with my steak and the fork. Okay, so tip of the day: if he's got a bone, let him have it.
It's too late.
He will set it down eventually, or he'll go to sleep and lay on it. Either way, it's out of sight.
That poor dog hates me.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't trust
remembers,
you.
Okay.
Remember, dogs don't have the gray matter in their brain like humans do. That's where like and dislike, hate, and not is there. He doesn't trust. With a dog, it's trust or not trust, safe or not safe.
Where is Melise? I need her to back me up on this one. That dog really does. He does. He is
he may really dislike you. You can trigger that out of a dog, can't you?
Is that chicken bone?
We have fun out here. I sure am glad you're on, Krista. And we're not having fun at Krista's expense. We're not laughing at her. We're laughing with her.
Oh yes, I'm definitely laughing at that was probably one of the dumbest things I ever tried to do, and I've never tried to do it again. I've learned.
And you've never tried to do it again.
That dog taught me quite a bit about.
Yep. Milo taught you quite a bit on the other end of the spectrum.
And respecting their boundaries. You know, he set a boundary for me. I ignored his body language, and he scared me.
Yeah. And that's it. And what is the boundary? It's on average, it's 3 feet around the dog. Now, the only time that changes is if, say, for example, they're on the couch. Now it's 3 feet around that entire couch. All right. And this is why rescue discourages letting the dogs up on the couch is a lot because of be quiet. I won't tell anybody.
Oh no!
But no, rescue will discourage you letting the dog on the couch, especially the first night. Within 24 hours, that use at one time, I don't know if it still is, the time that most dogs got returned, because the dog's scared, gets off transport, he's scared, jumps up on that couch, curls up in the corner. Now, what goes through the dog's mind and what goes through our minds, that's two completely different things. The dog feels safe up there, and all you're thinking about is, get off my couch. And we won't let it go.
Mm-hmm.
And then we create a situation where the dog feels safe, and now you are trying to take him out of a safe place. That's the difference. So we got to stop blaming the dogs for everything. Mm-hmm. All right? Sometimes we got to look in the mirror. So the number one cause of dog altercations, I know this. I did a little study on this for about 3 years. And it's us, it's humans. We create it. Because dogs could be growling at each other, could be making noise, but if they're not making contact, there's no altercation. And what we still freak out and go in there and separate them. The biggest problem is our emotion changes the wrong way. And then we got one dog, see, mom's backing me up, and it's on. Okay. So we create, and we also accidentally approve of most unwanted behaviors that we see in our dogs. We accidentally give it approval because we're not all trainers. It's not nobody's fault. There's no blame here, but we gotta stop blaming the dogs. That's why I just said there's no blame, including the dogs. That's one thing everybody realizes about me. I never blame the dogs because dogs never do anything without a reason, and they don't have human logic. So there's two things that won't mess that up. So,
I think as humans, it's really difficult to say that there's nothing wrong with the dogs and it's what we're doing because we don't want to admit that we don't know what we're doing.
Well, no, you don't understand that you're actually doing it.
Yes.
Okay. That's I'm not going to blame a human when there's no blame to put. I tell everybody when we work with them on behavior, there's no right or wrong here. There's no right or wrong. So stop. You just get out of that mode. All right. And you're allowed to make mistakes. You're human. We're allowed to make mistakes. But what we do is we learn how to quickly recover from them. And that'll mean more to your dog than anything. Well, almost anything.
Oh.
Recover from the mistakes.
Yeah.
It looks like you've done well with this dog. And the others you've had. You've done well.
She's good.
Yes.
She's very good.
Chris has worked
she
with a lot of dogs.
Trained.
What's
This
that?
dog is ready to go into a house. She is
and into your lap.
Yes, and straight into your lap.
And don't worry about it. She's only a pocket Pirs. She's trying to prove it.
Yes. See, look. She only takes up one cushion on the couch. There you go.
Oh, only one. Okay, she's small. All right, everybody. We're going to end early today.
I think that's
you have anything to add, Krista or Molly?
Go to GreatPyreneesRescueSociety.org or Mountain Mama's website to take a look at available dogs because we've got a lot of them.
That's right. Mountain Mama's does all breeds, as you can see, but she also does Great Pyrenees. I don't know if she has any Pyrs right now or not. And then we can't forget another supporting rescue, Great Pyrenees Rescue Resources, Utah, Montana. Because they've got some medical dogs going on right now too. So
yes.
Yep, that's them right there. While we're at it, who else we got on the list? I forget who all. PyRescue And Sanctuary in Colorado. We got them. Yes. I think they actually have their own folder up there. I should have just put everything in one folder. And and we got for the first time, we got a on one of our tunes that we play. I subscribe to a music service called Epidemic Sound, just so everybody knows. It's no secret. That's where our songs come from. This is how we do these and post them, and we don't have a worry about getting any copyright claims because we have permissions. All right. Well, one of the tunes for Miss Little Debbie up there, the dog that was on, the puppy that was on, it looks like a stuffed animal even when she's walking. All right. Warner Music says that's their song. And I love this one because when I contacted Epidemic Sound, they said they got very interested. And they're in Sweden. Don't piss off the Swedes. All right. So anyway, so that's why I put it back in there. But I had to change our exit tune because Facebook was claiming it.
Okay.
And that one did not come from Epidemic. That one came from Facebook Music, believe it or not. And they still put a copyright claim on it, even though it's their own tune. So always keep in mind that when this happens, it's not a human that does it. It's a bot. All right. And they kind of screwed this one up because Warner, that's not their song. The title wasn't even the same. Epidemic has their own musicians. So anyway, that's enough. We're going to get out of here. Krista, thank you for fostering and taking care of everything. Everybody, thank you for viewing. I'm sorry I talked over you.
Oh, I said thank you for having us on the show. It's always great seeing you.
Oh, okay. It's great seeing you too. Always. It's always great seeing the dogs.
Yes.
So, yeah, what a week. Don't know what's going to happen next week. So
Yeah.
we'll either be here or we'll play a rerun. How about that?
Yes.
Hi,
for
everybody. Whoops, I got to tell it to do it.